Good Tour is kicking off this summer. We would love to invite everybody to go see Lady Antebellum when they're in your neck of the woods.
We are touring all across the country in Canada. We are even going over into Europe and South Africa in October. And so kicking off on the West Coast, we're starting in Bakersfield, California, and then kind of working our way east. And so the record comes out June the 9th.
Yep.
We'll be in Nashville for that. Because that is the big CMA Music Festival.
Wow, so there's your June dates. That was May, look at June. Oh, you guys are going to be busy.
We are. Into July, because this is when, Pauline, I'm gonna have you come to the show and you gotta let me know what song you wanna get up and sing with us.
Oh, geez. Well, I don't know. I could just get up and dance. Perfect. I don't know if I'm going to sing.
We're going to have a horn section, and if you, however the spirit moves you, you are welcome.
Oh, geez. And here comes August, everybody. So you have to go see Lady Antebellum. It's the You Look Good Tour kicking off this summer, and none of us should miss it because there's nothing more fun than watching you guys live and in action.
Thank you.
I don't know who has ever done harmonies the way your voice is. Has there ever been a vocal group? I don't know if there's ever been a vocal group with two lead singers. Usually there's a lead singer and then you have the harmonies, but you have true, solid, real. It's really special.
There are some in other genres, you know, some of our biggest influences with the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac and you know, bands where there were, like Fleetwood Mac, for instance, a female and a male lead, they would all kind of switch off. The Eagles, you got, you know, male leads and the harmonies there, which those are two of our biggest influences as a band. But but to be able to in country music, you know, 10 years ago, come together as writing, honestly, friends, and then starting to write these duets and these very, you know, harmony-driven songs. It's been an incredible.
It has. It's so unique.
Ride.
So much, just so much fun to listen to you guys do what you do. But we're going to continue because obviously now you have fashion designer added to singer-songwriter to your repertoire. And this next jacket is another one. Oh, oh, oh. Do not wait. I know this will go. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's $149.90.
Yes.
This is a little piece that is like a trophy jacket, right? Oh, look at the gorgeous beaded detail. Everything about this is so special and so fabulous. So that's the black. Look at the ivory with the ivory beading. Oh my gosh, if you are going to a wedding this summer,
or mother of the
groom, right, bride, anything. Look at the blue with the white, with a little white skirt, white jeans, anything white. Do you love?
I mean, this is all hand beadwork. It's French knots. I mean, this jacket, I mean, I was asking to hold one for you. It's very heavy.
This is a serious jacket. This looks like something you spent a fortune on.
Well, and to me, like, you know, all of these pieces to me are very on trend with what's popular right now, this jacket included, but I also feel like this jacket is truly timeless. This jacket reminds me of something I would have, you know, pulled out of my grandmother, the back of my grandmother's closet or in an old chest that she would have had. It may not have had all of this hand beadwork done, but just the shape and the color and even just the embroidery, it just reminds me of something so vintage but yet modern. And
look at that. Oh, Inger,
so
that's it. I mean, come on. Over your little anything. She could be wearing anything, you know, even a little dress if you have like a little shift dress. I mean, jeans, dresses, you name it, girls. $149.90. We have all three colors. It's getting limited already, so get the size you need. That blue is gorgeous. We call that chambray, and it is so pretty with the white beading and all of this. You call these little French knots. Look at that. These are all, this is all completely done by hand. As pretty as this is on TV, it is amazing in person.
And I believe that all three of these colors are flattering on any skin tone.
I agree.
And you can, you know, for me personally, I like my jackets to fit a little closer to the body. So I went down a size in this jacket, but depending on how you want it to fit, it can either fit a little bit closer to the body and be a little more of a crop, or take your actual size and it have a little more movement.
Yeah, so depending on how you want to fit. Inger, what size are you wearing over there? Yeah. You think it's a small?
Yes.
And so an Inger can be a small or medium, depending on the piece. So I would say she's wearing her true size.
Yes.
And you can see how it fits her. It fits her great. She could have gone up a size, but I don't know that she needed to. I mean, look at how really forgiving.
It moves so beautifully too.
Yeah, everybody will wonder where you found this. When I met with your buyers and they showed me this for the first time, I could not believe my eyes. I thought that is a gorgeous jacket.
Thank you. That
Love the
jacket
black.
I will wear on stage.
Oh my gosh.
At some point. It just, the way it picks up the light, it's just, if you have an evening dinner party or gala, or, I mean, this to me, the way that the light reflects, it's just so dressy.
Oh, it is. Look at how beautiful this is, you guys. If you're thinking about it, I hope you're on the phone. We are saving $20 for this show. It's down to $149.90. With everybody ordering, I think there might be 200 jackets left, so I hope you get it before it's gone. Donna in Wyoming is shopping with us tonight. Hi, Donna. It's Colleen. You're live with Hillary Scott.
Hi, girls. How are you?
Oh, we're doing so great. Having
Excellent.
so much fun. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm having a ball watching your show. I've gotten a couple things, and I ordered a pair of the jeans, and I hope that they're going to be long enough for me because I normally wear a 33 or 34 length. And but I just think that the way they fit would be great. So I'm hoping maybe I can shrink a little bit in height-wise before they get here.
And one thing, Donna, that I want to point out, they're not designed to hit the floor. This jean is really, honestly, it's designed to show off your shoe.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's a trend we're seeing. I personally like the trend to not have it go all the way. In other words, I'll just show you how I have it with my shoe so you can get the feel for this.
Yeah,
that's the
I see
idea.
that.
If it hits you at your ankle, you're good, because that's kind of the look.
Absolutely.
Right?
Especially because the flare, it's a boot cut, and it doesn't flare out.
Yeah, and I
so severely.
have to have a boot cut.
Yep.
Living where I do, that's pretty standard for here.
Absolutely.
And then I got one of your T-shirts, and I just love it.
Thank
and
you.
I followed you folks' career since day one, have every one of your CDs.
Thank you.
And you have actually performed here in Cheyenne Frontier Days.
Yes,
more
ma'am.
than once, and unfortunately I haven't been able to make it to a show, but there's, in the nearby future, you'll be back, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And everybody out here just has a good time. And I know you know Frontier Days. So.
I do, and Frontier Days, I will never forget the first time we had the opportunity to play that festival. I found this hat that I have just kept in the most safe place, and that has truly, I think, the band on the hat when I bought it there, I can honestly say inspired my ideas and my opinions and how I chose what patterns and different things for LaBellum. So it's so amazing that you called and that
that's
you're
really
from
special.
Wyoming, and you reminded me of that because
love
that hat is
that.
sitting in my room, in my bedroom at home, and I every time I look at it, I see that incredible festival and
you see so much, and that's an annual thing. The last full days of July, and it's like that every year. We have tons of vendors and just beautiful clothes, but I really like your clothes because it reminds me of country artists back, like Bill Anderson and them, when they wore the really nice fancy Western clothes. And I'm kind of old school on that, so I'm really, really glad to see that you have this in your line of clothes, because that, to me, is part of being Western,
Oh, absolutely. And my mama's from Texas, which isn't as far west as Wyoming, but they echo that same sentiment, Donna. And I have a long list of country music friends who get up and get to play the Grand Ole Opry that I want to send a couple of these pieces to, because I feel like they would really enjoy them, and it really falls in line with the style that you just described. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Donna. What a sweet call. Good for you. I'm so glad you're watching and shopping tonight. This jacket is sold out, so we are wrapping it up. We're saying goodbye to Donna. We're wrapping this up. Thank you, everybody.
Wow.